My name is DavidJr.com.
Welcome to the April 6th edition of Inside Story with anchor David Bates. Here's Davey.
Hello, I'm David Bates for Inside Story. Today's focus will be on the terrible effects of the Industrial Revolution. We'll show you what the so-called revolution is doing to the average person and how society is dealing with these new-formed problems. Here with an inside story about child labor is reporter Ed.
I'm here at Coleman's Mining Corporation in Liverpool. I'm just in time for the drafting of the new miners.
Not you. Not you.
Oh, please,
Get out of here. Not you.
Please, my family has no money.
Get out of here.
What jobs are these kids here for?
What?
Why are they here?
To work in the mines.
What are you looking for in a child?
You know, cheap pay, small, strong boy, can work long hours. Why, you want a job? There's no opening for men.
No thanks, but I do think you're being rather cruel to these sweet little children.
Thanks for that intriguing report, Ed. And now we go to the streets of Manchester to get the inside scoop of how the working class lives. Steph reports.
Most peaceful streets to get an idea of how the people behind the making of the products we use every day actually live. Let's go into this house here. Oh crap, this place is nasty.
What did you say?
I'm back, we're inside the house now. God, I can't breathe in here. Let's go talk to these people. Hi, sir. How do you like it here?
Oh yeah, I just love sleeping with 4 other guys instead of my wife.
Wow. If you have something you'd like to contribute, call us at 555-3283. Or write to us at P.O. Box 2045, London, England. Now let's break for a word from our sponsors. I'm the best basketball player in the world.
No, I am.
I am.
Prove it.
Okay.
Champion. If you can't beat him, beat him.
How you doing, Charlie?
Terrible. I can barely feed my family. Now all this expensive farm machinery is just taking over.
I know what you mean.
This is my land now. I got through the enclosure movement and get off.
But this is all I've got in the whole world.
What are we supposed to do?
City, you find lots of work. What an emotional commercial. Well, let's go to the phones. Yes, caller?
Mr. Bates?
Yes, what's your name?
Well, I really can't say, but I can tell you that I belong to a big labor union that has just gone on strike. That's actually the reason for my call, to tell England of how corrupt the factory system really is.
And now for another commercial break.
Here's a clip from next week's Jeopardy! Tonight on Jeopardy! Our characters are Ed from Manchester, Dave from London, and Steph, also from Manchester. Ed, it's your turn.
I'll take government for 200, Charlie.
Okay, government's uninvolvement with economics and business and factories.
What is socialism?
No.
What is laissez-faire economics?
Correct, and it's your turn. Pick a category. Well, that's all we can show you tonight. Tune in at 7 next Wednesday.
And now here's Steph with the weather.
Hi there, Inside viewers. How are you today? Hopefully good, because the weather sure isn't.
That just about wraps up our show for this evening. Join us again tomorrow night when we will be interviewing Charles Dickens to find out the truth behind the story. We'll also have a professional come in and analyze some romantic paintings for us. Until next time, TTFN. This is David Bates signing off. Have a good night.
Why does it smell like cat?
We gotta get 10 minutes. Or
Tell me if I'm gonna run into anything.
there is a big tree right in front.
Shut up. I'm serious.
Now go this way, quick.
Breathe heavy.
Right there.
Zooming. Zooming in.
It's nice to meet you, Jimmy.
Hi, Josh. Have you ever played a video game with violence in it?
Yes, I have played video games. I've played Street Fighter 2 and Mortal Kombat.
How do you feel about those games? Do you think they have too much violence?
Well, I feel that with the amount of violence that we see in our schools and the amount of violence that we read about in newspapers and watch on the news, I really don't think that now is the time to be worrying about what we see on video games. I think that that violence is pretend and that everyone who plays video games realizes that it's just a game.
But do you believe in the rating system that Sega has?
No, I
come
don't
up with?
think censoring video games is appropriate for children. I think letting them play what they want and making their own judgments about whether or not it's appropriate to rip someone's head off, it should be left up to themselves.
Do you feel that they shouldn't have taken some video games off shelves, like Toys R Us is recently taking Night Trap?
I think it's totally inappropriate. I think it's unfair for them to determine what America's youth should be playing with. I bought Mortal Kombat the other day, or a couple months ago, thinking it was the version where you could rip their head off, but to my displeasure when I got home, I could not rip their heads off. There was a lot of blood, but there was no decapitation involved.
So you enjoy games with head ripping and...
Well, because it is so unreal and so ridiculous, it makes it all the more fun. I'm not exactly a violent person, I don't know. But I think when people play a game in which people's spines are being torn off and they're being torn in half, they realize it's an awful lot like a Schwarzenegger movie. It's just a game.
Thank you,
Goodbye, Jimmy.
Josh. Bye. That was very... Hello. Today we'll be interviewing Dave Bates on the topic of video game violence in home and at the arcades. Hello, Dave. Have you ever played a game with extensive amounts of violence in it?
Yeah.
Which games are these?
Mortal Kombat 1 and number 2.
Okay, why are these considered violent games?
Because at the end of the round, you could kill the person.
And how do they go about doing this?
By performing certain maneuvers with a joystick, and they do some pretty gruesome things.
Can you name one of them?
Decapitation of the head.
Ouch.
And chopping the person in half, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah, that normal, everyday killing. Do you feel that there should be a rating system on violence in the arcades and at home?
Yeah, I think there should be, because some people might take it too far, and some parents might get really mad at their kids for doing this kind of stuff.
I would be mad at my kids if my kids went out and cut somebody's head off.
Yeah.
Do you feel that it gives the players bad ideas, the content in the games?
Yes, some of them that might think of it as real, and might try and do that on someone else. If they're under the influence of some drug.
Thank you, Dave.
Thanks.
I thank you for taking your time.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
My name is davidjr.com.